What if I told you the biggest league in the world right now might have a refereeing problem bigger than anyone wants to admit? Every single week, millions of football fans screaming the same thing. How's that not a penalty? VAR is rigged. Refs are biased. Is it actually corruption? Or is it just incompetence on a massive scale? Before we get into that, we have to understand what VAR really is. The VAR team is in a video operation room. The team consists of a video assistant referee, VAR, an assistant VAR, and sometimes even a second assistant whose only job is to check for offsides. VAR was introduced to fix football. The idea sounded simple. More cameras, more angles, more accuracy. Instead, football somehow became even more controversial. According to recent statistics, Premier League matches experience over 19 hours of delays across a season. 19 hours, that's basically half a day of football, spent waiting for referees to draw lines on a screen. Fans are furious. A survey found that 36% of fans say VAR reduces their enjoyment of football. 37% believe the game has become too slow because of it. But here's the weird part. The Premier League claims refereeing accuracy is actually improving. The league's key match incidents panel said that there were only 18 VAR errors during the 24-25 season, down 31 from the previous year. So if mistakes are decreasing, why does it feel worse than ever? Because fans don't care about percentages, they care about moments. The wrongly disallowed goals, the soft penalties, the red cards that changed the entire season, and the big issue, consistency. One week something is a foul, the next week the exact same thing isn't. Even Reddit discussions from football fans constantly complain about inconsistent standards and refs relying too heavily on VAR instead of making confident decisions themselves. Now let's talk about the Premier League specifically, because this is where accusations of corruption really explode. Every fan base believes referees are against them. Arsenal fans, Liverpool fans, Man United fans, Chelsea fans, everyone thinks they're victims. And honestly, some of these numbers fuel those conspiracy theories. Reports from the Premier League's own review system showed that multiple clubs suffered from repeated incorrect VAR decisions during the season. One report even claimed some teams received significant fewer favorable VAR interventions than others. Now, that doesn't automatically prove corruption, but it definitely creates suspicion. And things get even messier when referees publicly apologize after games. Yeah, actual apologies. Recently, the Refereeing Association admitted that a goal from Mateus Cunha should not have counted after a handball incident. Imagine being a fan hearing that after your team already lost points. That's exactly why trust in referees keep collapsing. And remember, in football, one decision can decide titles, relegation, and Champions League qualification, which are all worth millions of dollars. So when mistakes keep happening, fans naturally start to ask questions. But here's where it gets dangerous. There's a big difference between refs are bad and refs are corrupt. And right now, there's no concrete evidence proving widespread match fixing upon Premier League referees. What we do have is poor consistency, communication issues, controversial interpretations, and massive pressure from media and fans. Still, when the same controversies happen every week, people stop believing it's accidental. Now let's move on to the UEFA Champions League, because some fans believe Europe's biggest competition has produced the most suspicious refereeing moments ever. And one game gets mentioned constantly, Chelsea versus Barcelona in 2009. To this day, fans still argue over multiple penalty decisions that went against Chelsea. Even online discussions years later still describe it as one of the worst officiated matches in Champions League history. Even more important decisions like the famous Robin van Persie red card against Barcelona, controversial offside goals, questionable handballs, and inconsistent VAR decisions have all went Barcelona's way. And UEFA clearly knows that fans are frustrated. In fact, UEFA recently started publishing official explanations for controversial VAR decisions in Champions League matches, because trust in referees is disappearing. When fans no longer understand decisions, they start to assume something shady is happening, and social media makes everything worse. One bad decision becomes 10 million views, conspiracy edits, referee hate compilations, and accusations of rigging within hours. Now let's talk about La Liga, because accusations there are on another level. For years, fans have claimed referees favor giant clubs like Real Madrid and Barcelona, especially in title races. Whether it's true or not, the perception exists, and perception matters. La Liga has also seen huge VAR controversies, debates over handballs, questionable penalties, and accusations of political influence inside of Spanish football. Then there's the famous Negreira case, involving payments linked to former refereeing officials in Spain. Even though investigations are complicated and ongoing, the story completely damaged the public trust in Spanish officiating. And once fans lose trust, every decision starts looking suspicious, even normal mistakes. So, is football actually corrupt? Right now, there's far more evidence of inconsistency, poor officiating, weak communication, and VAR confusion than organized corruption. But football has a massive trust problem, because fans see apologies after matches, inconsistent decisions, and endless controversies, while referees barely explain themselves. And in a sport worth billions, people will always question the system. Maybe the biggest issue isn't corruption itself. Maybe it's that football keeps creating the perfect environment for conspiracy theories to grow. So until referees and VAR become more transparent, we will keep having the same problem.